thankful that at least we're still working, you're still interacting with enough people. But what I've noticed is that there's some people that now that I would speak to every day in the office, same team and just like, colleagues, people you bump into all the time that you stop and have that 5-10 minute chat with, that I've just hardly spoken to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, it's nothing personal, like, you like the person and stuff.
I guess it's that informal kind of chat.
Yeah. But then, like, other people, I've got friends back home who, normally we're all busy and we'll just chat in the group chat or whatever. But now, we're just messaging non-stop and catching up. And
how many times have you had a Zoom, like, drinks or quiz or stuff with folk that you would never, like, you might go for a beer with them once every 6 months?
Well, we started off, when we first went to lockdown, I think we ended up with about 4 quizzes a week. So we quickly crashed and burned off of that sort of pace. Yeah. But that was just like with our big group from back home. So like we've got a sort of group chat of all the guys, and there's maybe about 14 of us or something.
Yeah.
So there was most of us on that, and like girlfriends and stuff as well. And then a few other groups that we don't all stay in Scotland and stuff. So we just sort of had the old quiz and the old catch up, and you just like, it's been good to catch up with some people that I haven't spoken to for a while. But at the same time, I would have had like 2 stag do's across those periods, and other things which have now totally gone out the window. So
I was actually trying to think, like before doing this, I was like, when was the last time I saw Ross? And I was like, the Edinburgh airport, just before we went going off. Which seems an absolute lifetime ago now.
I know, like it was what, I don't know, 5-6 weeks ago maybe, just before all this sort of craziness started, but it just feels like so long ago.
Must have been the Wednesday, and then the following week it was a lockdown maybe?
Yeah, I think it was the Thursday morning we met up, and then that's like 6 days later, it was like working from home, everywhere's shut, that's that.
Yeah. And has that been you the whole time, like working from home?
Yeah, so since that I've been working from home. It's actually been fine. Like, it's mostly Maria's been working as well most of the time, but she's been furloughed now as of sort of last week. So it's kept me sane, working and kept me with a routine. But also fortunate enough that Sir Jim at Strathclyde and his exec team have given us Fridays off, basically. So we had a long break over Easter anyway for winning University of the Year. So we had like Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday off, and then the sort of 2 weeks before that, he gave us Fridays off, just as sort of rest days. So, and they continued that again. They were like, well, for the lockdown, people had really good feedback, and people seem to be making the most of it and using it. So, off again this Friday, off again next Friday, and then it's Bank Holiday Friday anyway. So they were like, well, okay, yeah, great, Bank Holiday Friday. So have the Monday off. So.
Oh wow.
So we've got.
And I get, does that make you work more when you're on your 4 days, or is it the same?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's slightly different. I think if it was in the office 4 days, you probably would squeeze it in a lot more.
Yeah.
But I think because you're on Zoom and you're on calls, you're just trying to be productive as you can.
That's we're the same here. Like, just try to keep routine with what we're doing, and just try to work. And like, I think you definitely get caught in that zone of trying to be almost too productive at times, and you just have to like stay with what you normally do. Is that how you found it, or are like other companies like asking more of you, or how does it look?
Yeah, I think so. Well, for us at Strathclyde anyway, we've sort of we set a plan out quite early on what we want to achieve and what we can still do, and a lot of things we were planning to do have been thrown straight up in the air. So it's, in terms of speaking to companies, it's kind of can we support you right now? What can we do? And also, is it better just you've got your own problems to deal with just now, given all this? So we'll maybe just leave you to it and come back to us when it's a good time. But just having regular catch-ups with the team and actually understanding who's doing what and who needs support and who's busy.
How do you do that? Do you do it like is it like once a day, a couple of times a day? Like, how do you keep in touch?
We're doing sort of proper, quite like twice weekly catch-ups with our team together. As a directorate, which is maybe about 30 of us, we have just a casual catch-up or a meeting once or maybe half an hour a week or so. But as a team of 5 of us, we catch up sort of Mondays and Thursdays we've been doing. But even sort of in terms of manager and stuff, we've got a WhatsApp group, so anything you have immediately you want to help with, or you just have a chat, the WhatsApp group's there just to sort of drop in and check in. And similarly, if you're taking a longer lunch, you need to be really flexed to, like, try and get out in the sunshine, get out for a walk when you can when it's nice. If you want to shift your hours because you've got kids.
Summer's over, that's not happening anymore. There's going to be no more sunshine.
I know, the past day or two has been miserable, but I'd like try to get out and about. You need to be really good, really flexible for it. So, especially if folk have got kids, they're saying if you're working mornings and afternoons and then evenings, just do your best. Basically, that's much more.
I think that's amazing. There won't be a lot of companies and like employers that are doing that.
Absolutely, I've got a few friends that have been furloughed, like my brother and things as well. Some people getting 100%, some people having to take holidays to get 100%. Some people just get 80, and some people just, being made redundant full stop. So, fortunate enough to, work for an organisation that really is looking after us, which is good.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of those stories as well, like going to 4-day weeks but only getting paid 4 days and like that kind of thing. So I guess everyone has to deal with it their own way. Is there any kind of like, obviously that's a massive positive for you, is there anything else that you've been like trying to stay positive with when you're like at home? Or
missing football is a big one. Just with not having football to watch, and I can't sit and watch one of these old games. See, if I know the score was 2-2, somebody scored in the 30th minute, I'll just watch the highlights. Not a big fan of.
Is that the dog back?
He's up to no good, so he's getting kidnapped back again. So, there we go. This is Ralph.
He's
brilliant. You can't be mad at that face. So you just, you'll be asleep again in a minute. But
how did I not know you had? Is that Pug? Yeah, Pug.
Yeah, this is Ralph. So he's a pug.
I didn't know you had a pug. Robot.
He's been really good sort of as well, just to have about, because he's going to me when I'm sitting working anyway. But even just nipping out in the mornings and the evenings, and where we are, there's a nice sort of walk around the back, a few parks and stuff as well that's not too busy. So it actually makes sure you get out a couple of times rather than sat in the house all day. So
yeah, no. Is it quite quiet around you?
So like where we stay up at the Oval, this might be as big. There's 160 flats or sort of houses about here, so it's quite busy that way, and there's a good sort of community about it. But around the back, there's a walk towards the river, towards like Hawkhead Way, and then towards Paisley, where because it's not on a road, it's been quite busy for people just to try and get a bit of greenery and escape. So sometimes I'll take Ralph out if it's been a nice day, and you're just weaving in and out, trying to keep distance from people. So you've got to sort of pick when it's good. I imagine you guys will be the same up.
Like we're kind of like on the outskirts, it's not so bad, but when you start to like go, if you want to go any distance of a walk, then you end up going near the town centre, and as soon as you get close to that, it's pretty busy, especially when the sun's been out. Folk, like generally people have been very, very good, and if you almost have this kind of like period where you're walking along the road and it's who's going to walk on the road and who's going to stay on the pavement, or who's going to change over. So folk have been generally quite good. I think we've had one incident where I nearly chased the guy down the road because we were out walking, and like he's ran by my wife by about that much, and I'm like, I was fuming, absolutely fuming, because I go out running myself. It's like, well, it makes runners look bad if people are going about doing that. And I was absolutely, my wife we literally had to turn around and walk home because I was looking for the guy. I wanted to shout a volley of abuse at him for doing it, but that's the only occasion where I've thought people aren't like kind of taking it seriously. But like I've changed my shopping habits as well. Like I was doing my one shop I started on a Saturday, bad idea. Then I moved to a Friday morning, also not great. So I went yesterday, so Tuesday's my day now. Although I've now given that away. But Tuesdays are quiet in the supermarkets, which is all right.
We've not been too bad. So like we've been just getting what we need sort of when we need it, and trying to plan a bit more than we used to around what we're eating and when and things like that. But because the flexibility, if we've both been working, then 11 o'clock's usually fairly quiet shop wise, and there's Lidl, there's Tesco and things as well. So it's just try to time it. Like we went to Asda's 8 o'clock one night the other week, and it was fairly dead in comparison, and could get most of what you needed. So
I think that's it. It's almost becoming normal now, which is a bit strange. Do you think going forward that your work will change in any way? Like once it's all kind of lockdown over, do you think they'll change how they do things?
I think it's kind of shown that you can work from home a lot more. I think being based on campus at the uni, then the vast majority of meetings are face to face. We have companies up for visits and things all the time. We're always hosting people, and so not used to having to message or do so much over email. It's the same as a team that you're used to always being in the office together in a room, and you can just say to someone, "Oh, is this what you wanted?" Or my mum, my stepdad, and my stepbrother are literally just coming out of having it. So my stepdad's a paramedic. So he got tested positive, must be about 10 days ago now.
Yeah.
So he tested positive first, and then my mum got it, just with all being in the same household. And then my stepbrother stays there as well, so he kind of got it a bit more mildly than the other two. But thankfully they're all fine. Like they just felt rotten for a good wee while and said it was horrible, but thankfully no trips to hospital. And like Blythe said, he was a bit breathless maybe 2-3 days, but was largely fine. So thankfully that's fine at the end of it. But
we're back in the vans and being a paramedic.
I don't think he's quite back yet, but he will be soon, no doubt, and then that'll be him just get back on with it again. And
it's crazy. It is mental. That was good. It was certainly insightful, and I think from your work point of view, I think it's amazing. Like it's as you said before, it's like you're lucky in the employment you've got and how they're dealing with it. So really good. And we'll get a beer or something on Zoom soon. All right.
Well, when we crack back open again, it'll be a coffee first, since that's what you're craving most, I think, and then
true.
Get a proper get together.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll catch up in the meantime anyway. But pleasure. I'll speak to you soon. See you, mate.